G'day Alex, how are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Good, thank you. Welcome. You enjoying your chai there?
I am enjoying my chai. Thanks for the hospitality. Much appreciated.
Problem. Well, yeah, welcome and welcome everybody else out there watching. We're here with Alex from Barista. I guess I'd just start by asking you to tell us exactly what Barista is.
Yeah, sure. So look, for those who aren't aware of us, Barista is a staffing on-demand platform for the hospitality industry. We focus on baristas. So we're a niche service that a cafe has a barista call in sick or take some leave or they're going through peak periods. They can get in our platform and book a barista that we've already approved. We've already checked them. They've got references and they're at a certain level. So rather than sort of finding some random through Facebook or their network that they're not sure about, we've done the work of interviewing and vetting all those baristas. So anyone they book from our platform, they know coming in, it's got a couple of years specialty experience, high volume, and they can go in and sort of own that coffee space straight away. Because a lot of cafes now, if they don't have that barista coming in, some of them are closing for the day, or they're putting out subpar coffee, which you guys know you can't do anymore. The regulars don't want it. So we built a platform that a cafe owner, manager, pop-ups, events can jump on, and they can book in 30 seconds. And we're seeing about 90% of the shifts booked be filled within the first hour.
So it's an app, or
it's a web platform. We haven't gone the app route. It's something we've been toying with. There's a bit of app fatigue out there, we think.
So you just go to needbarista.com.
Needbarista.com.
Have to register or anything? Or
they register on the platform, put their details in. So you basically create an account for the cafe, and that takes about 30 seconds. It's really smooth. It's very much self-serve. Once they've registered, they can add unlimited venues. So it's great for multi-location places or events companies who work at different locations all the time. So we've now covered about 40,000 shifts on the platform.
Wow.
We launched in Melbourne. We've grown to serve all of Australia, and we launched in COVID in London because we found that they were opening up fairly quickly, and there's a lot of demand for baristas in London. Yeah. So we're now active in London, Australia, and we're just starting out in the US.
Because they were like us as well, where the cafes closed, but they were open for takeaway.
Absolutely.
Right through, so they still needed baristas, didn't they?
That's right. They were still doing takeaway, so they still needed baristas. And, you know, things were uncertain for a long time, still are. And so they needed that agile answer when a barista tested positive or, it was close contact. Yeah.
And so why did you start the business, the platform? Was it out of necessity, or you saw a whole
We needed it for ourselves.
Yeah.
I think most things start that way.
Like us.
Yeah, we needed it ourselves. I was helping a friend out with a cafe he managed in Melbourne, and we needed a staff member to come. We had someone calling sick, and we used an old agency that had been around for years, and I think they wanted us to send a fax to them to register. And that was, 2014, 15. We knew there had to be a better way. So we sort of we wanted the tech to drive it and make something that was really easy for the cafes to use, but also really easy for the worker, the barista, to find out available shifts in their area.
Yeah. Was it hard to get off the ground? How did you go in the early days? Is it long slog?
I'll be honest, mate. We started with a bang. We went out and it was a slog. Of course, you guys know that as well, starting anything like that. But we went around and face-to-face met the cafes in Melbourne. I think we dropped $50 on some Google ads on the first day, and the phone rang the first day. Someone needed it. So we knew it was a problem.
Obviously, that's it.
We knew we had a solution that worked, and we went out and visited every cafe who used us, and that's something we pretty much still do to this day.
And so how was it that, the cafes, they are always looking for baristas. Obviously you can't find them. It just seems like, I've been in the game
staffing's a big challenge.
Staffing's been an issue for as long as I've been in the game, and especially now. How is it that you guys are able to find those guys? And that's basically...
Sure. I think because we cast a wide net, we operate in so many locations, and we've got a good reputation amongst the workers. We don't advertise to workers. It's organic. It's word of mouth. To get on the platform, it really helps if you know another barista who's already on the platform, and they can actually, we've got a system where they can recommend you. So we realised early on that good baristas tend to know other good baristas.
Yeah.
Good hospitality workers tend to know other good hospitality workers. So they can recommend each other, and it's a very organic sort of on-flow of workers.
And I'd imagine that those baristas they'd be, you find the odd grumpy barista that's been working at a place too long. I mean, if they're mixing it up and they're going to different venues, they're probably going to be fresher and keener to please. Better experience for the customer. They're upskilling
because things change in the industry. There's new technology. Absolutely,
good for everyone.
It is, and look, we've got systems in place that protect the worker. We've unfortunately, our industry has got a history of some exploitation.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
We've got floors in there for hourly rates that they cannot go below. They physically can't book below them, and they're based on consultation with all of the baristas on our platform and the cafes who use us. So we're always trying, and we review those every 3 months. So we're trying to find that sweet spot where it's workable and sustainable for the cafe, but it's a living wage for any baristas who pick up shifts.
Yeah, it's certainly come a long way since, my first job as a barista was, you were judged on how high you could stack a cappuccino.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's
All
changed.
those years ago, the Italian clubs, because nobody had. Yeah. It wasn't really a massive thing back
coffee
then.
wasn't really.
And just to see it change so much into, this is obviously just that next step. I think it's really good to see. Good on you. But how do you think COVID has it changed the way you do business or different problems to solve?
You guys would have seen this. I think it's for us being a staff, it's firstly the outcome of COVID we're all aware of. I think in the industry is there's a massive demand for staff. There's a massive problem with not having access to enough staff at the moment for a lot of people. So we've noticed for us the change is that our customers and users are telling us that they need to hire permanent staff. So mid-2021 we launched our job board for permanent placement. So cafes, restaurants, events companies can advertise permanent jobs in that traditional way.
That came from the cafes saying that they wanted that, maybe?
Yeah, that's right.
That's good.
They needed to advertise. The need is still there was still there for emergency staff. And that really bled on to the direction that we're in now with Need a Barista, which is really about covering a shift, networking and hiring. So when a cafe uses Need a Barista, the beauty of that is 90% of the time they're meeting a barista who's got a couple of years experience behind the machine, has been approved and meets our quality accreditation for Need a Barista to be on the platform, and they live within 20 kilometres of the venue.
Yeah.
So it's an ideal opportunity for the cafe to go, gee, we need a couple of shifts filled this week. We'll get on Need a Barista and book.
And see how it goes.
Yeah, Mario comes in, he's great.
Yeah.
Yep, great barista. And they're free to offer them permanent positions. We don't charge any of those sort of placement separation fees or anything like that, like they used to. We're all about networking. So every time they book a shift, they're expanding their worker network.
So you're really, you're gonna really take it to those agencies the recruitment agencies, because they just charge ridiculous amounts of money to find staff for you.
Yeah, look, definitely when we
staff. So if you guys are doing something that's better for the baristas and better for the cafes, I think
we think from day one we sort of a bit of a mantra for us was don't go against the flow.
Yeah.
If the cafes are doing something like needing to hire staff that you've sent out there, the last thing you want to do is put walls up and go, we'll find out about it and kick off the platform or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. You've got to go with the problem that your user is facing.
That's great.
So we learned pretty quickly. If they meet someone, they like them, excellent, we've done our job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good on you. It sounds like it's something that you enjoy doing. You sound pretty passionate about it. You get a lot of fulfillment out of it.
I do. Look, I probably speak to 100 cafes every week in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, in Australia. In London, now that we're active in London, it's just booming in London. We've had such a warm reception from cafes, roasters, and the industry there. We've got some really exciting partnerships lined up as well in London. And I just love speaking to the cafe owners and the baristas who use the platform.
Right, awesome. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for having a chat.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for the beverage. Always good to speak to you, mate.
So how do we find you? Obviously, netabarista.com.
Yeah, look, if you're in the UK, netabarista.co.uk. If you're in Australia, netabarista.com.au. And we are just launching in the US now. So people can definitely reach out to us, netabarista.com in the US.
Beautiful.
Good.
Thanks again.
You too, mate.